Man, Draeguy was good, y'all. Your boy just made top 8 at the San Antonio Regional this past weekend with Dragon Rulers. I was the only rogue deck in top 8. Only lost one time for the whole day. We put in work, playing a hard going second. Dragon Ruler tenpai. I switched the deck up slightly a little bit from my Houston variant, where instead of running oppressive cards in my side deck for going first, I opted to go for more board breakers and more hand traps. So I run 2 of the big Dragon Rulers, of course. Mandatory. If you want to play 1, you could. As long as you play 2 of the babies, you can play 3. But I think 2 is perfect. Never need the 3rd one, but I always need 2 because of the baby rulers. Then I ran 3 flickers, of course. Mandatory at 3. You can get away with 2, but it's just one of the things where I'd rather be caught with it than without it, because like if this resolves, I know I'm winning. I ran 2 of each of the baby rulers. I think 2 is mandatory. 2 helped me play through Lancia, let me play through Droll, let me play through Meows and other Molcharmies besides Fuwa. Fuwa just, it is what it is. You give them the draw. Scared money don't make money. You know what I'm saying? We ball. But yeah, 2 was perfect. I think you need 2 because you want to have at least 1 baby ruler so you can bridge and exceed summon without using your dragon rulers in the graveyard, right? Or in your hand. Like you want to get them in the graveyard just because you know you can eventually use their effect to special summon. And that always keeps your opponent on the edge, knowing that dang, he hasn't even used the remove effect to special summon them. So it comes up often. I ran 3 of each Molcharmy, 3 Meows, 3 Fubalus, and 3 Purulia. Every single one of them was beneficial. The top 3 decks in the format arguably are Mitsu Raizo, in any Mitsu variant, Malice, in any Malice variant, and then Blue Eyes. And all 3 of those decks special summons from the graveyard or banishment. So Meows will always put in work. At worst, Pilula is a upstock Goblin or a Pot of Greed, and then Fuwa does Fuwa things. I definitely say I needed all 3. My other hand traps was 3 Droll, 3 Nib, 1 Mag, and then the sleeper was 3 Ghost Girls, Spooky Dogwood. Card came up 2 at maybe 3 matches where my opponent couldn't allow me to OTK them next turn, so they knew that they had to overextend. And at the game, I think I was at like 24,000 life points. And if my hand wasn't perfect, this card allowed me to like skip my turn, knowing that they'll never be able to OTK me under Ghost Sister. So yeah, it's like a mini maxi / Molcharmy because it makes your opponent think how much life points they want to give me. And then it also makes them think for the turn after, can they kill me when I establish my board? So yeah, it didn't, obviously it's good in time, but yeah, that card came up clutch. I only ran 5 spell cards in the main deck, but Dark Ruler no more. This card was godly. Because with typical tenpai boards or tenpai decks, we're obsessed with like, we gotta win now, we gotta win there. But in this variant, knowing that I got gas to last, and I got 3 win cons technically, I don't have to win. I really just gotta break their board and establish a dominant board. Because typically when they go for their god boards, they probably got 1, maybe 3 cards in their hand, and at least one of them is known. If I can break their board and banish their entire graveyard, the duels afterwards, the turns afterwards are in my favor. So Dark Ruler No More helped me come away with some clutch wins, like in round 8 against Memento when he went God board. This one Dark Ruler No More allowed me to really break his board, banish his entire graveyard, get rid of all his Memento cards and his resources, and establish a solid board where he couldn't break. Because he didn't have really much cards left in his extra deck. I think he had 6 cards left. And I like my odds against that. Small tempo package, obviously the 1-ups, Kaiman, Sangin, Summoning. You don't need Terraforming. You don't really need Ghost Sark because you got so many ways to search out your tenpais. Um, so yeah, the one of Chandra, you only need one Pydra. Literally, you only need one. Like you're doing too much if you got two or three. One Fadra, and I ran with two Genrokus and two Dorodoras. I'll explain later why you need two Genrokus in this particular deck because outside of Doradora, searching Genroku, or Pydra, Kaiman, summoning Genroku, and then obviously banishing Blaster, summons Genroku, using Chasm's effect to search Genroku, summons Genroku. There's like 1,000 ways to search Genroku, and honestly, I do got a combo in the extra deck that helps me like win with any of my Molcharmies, my Drolls, some of the Baby Rulers, where I'll bait out everything, and if I know that they got a big monster in attack mode, I'll go for the Amarage combo. And the main deck was 50 cards. I'm glad that I bumped it up from 45 to 50 because every card did come in clutch. It wasn't a single card in the deck that felt like it wasn't needed. So yeah, let's get to the extra deck. So for the extra deck, obviously Typhon does Typhon things. And for my Dragon Ruler package, one Catastrophes, one Chasma, and one Disaster. All three always comes up. Disaster helps me banish all of their resources and all the stuff that they set up in the graveyard. And then this card just wins against certain decks like Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes literally has no way to out that card if it's at 46, 46. So they'll typically scoop. And then on top of me banishing all of their stuff in the graveyard, so all of their Primite, their Blue Eyes that was in the graveyard, it's really game from that point. Auroras, obviously, Catastrophe, obviously, they're all QCR. You know what I mean? I managed to get them all QCR. This bad boy right here is godly, though. Ran the one Flare Metal. He is needed. He comes up in time. Also against Malice, it'll typically take them outside of summoning SP early to banish him. They'll probably do maybe 8 moves before they can really get rid of him. And on top of them banishing on themselves, they wasting a lot of life points. So Flare Metal puts on a lot of pressure. You need to run Dark Arm Dragon of Annihilation. This forces out interactions because his effect isn't once per turn. It allows me to target a card on the opponent's side of the field, and on res, I banish any card in my graveyard. So theoretically, I can banish a Dragon Ruler, use their search effect. But typically, I'll just banish something useless like a hand trap that I can't use their attribute for. But yeah, it forces out Imperm. It forces out the Malice cards to use their effects to banish my stuff on the field. And again, I'm just baiting. I don't summon Chasma, or I don't summon these yet. These, I save these later, especially if I know they got back row. So I'm gonna get rid of that back row and force Imperm, Veiler. I wanna force all of those cards. And then this package right here, same logic. Once Dracosac comes, they panic because they know 2 things are about to happen. One, I'm about to summon tokens. Tokens can be used for link fodder. But on top of that, I can tribute a token to pop a card on their side of the field, right? Which typically will be their back row. And they don't even want me to get to the token part because even if they chain Imperm to Dracosac, I still got 2 monsters on the field now, right? So they'll always react to Dracosac. They start panicking. Typically, I'll summon Dracosac before I summon the Dragon of Annihilation. And then Dracosac, I can summon the 2 tokens, go battle phase, and just summon Zeus. And then right then and there, I just get rid of their whole field before I even go to my graveyard Dragon Ruler effects to set up Eclipse and Chasma. And then for my Tenpai Synchro package, small package, 1 Black Rose, 1 Bident, 1 Transcendent, 1 Trident. OTK'd a lot with this package, self-explanatory. Tenpai, you don't really need much, but I'll get to the real MVPs. Then I ran seals, and then this package right here was the most important package I believe in the deck. Almirage, Hida. Almirage Hida gave me a contingency plan where if my hand wasn't optimal, but I can force out all the interactions, they banish everything, they Veiler everything, they nibbed, they do all of that. And then what I'll do is I'll normal summon Droll. And then I'll go Droll or Molcharmy, it doesn't matter. I'll have plenty of monsters with under 1,000. Go into Almirage. Then Almirage is a fire, so then I'll use any of the other monsters I have to go into Hida. And then, like I said, I'll purposely leave a monster in attack mode. So I'll go Hida, Kamikaze. Hida's effective is destroyed by my opponent's card effects or by battle. It floats into a dragon with, I think, 1,500 or less defense. Boom. Genroku. Genroku's effect triggers special summons. Now I got full tenpai combo in the battle phase. That came up a few times, and it's a good contingency plan. And that's why you need 2 Genrokus, just in case I need to discard one to banish for the Dragon Rulers, or even late game. This is a contingency plan to go into the tenpai combo late game, like turn 3 or 5. So, yeah. Shout out to Hida. Now for the side deck, I opted to run 2 Imperms in the side deck, 3 Ash, and these are typically for going first, or if it's a particular matchup like the Mitsu deck, the Raizo deck, I'll sat those in just because obviously if it's in work against them. But it wasn't really needed in the main deck, especially with my Molcharmies, because the Molcharmies kind of like always make them like either ball out or end on a suboptimal board, and at that point I win, because you probably already gave me 2 draws, and now it's all gas because I'm starting with 6 cards plus the draws you gave me. Ran the 2 Storms, Duster, obviously Clutch, going second, Board Breakers. Ran Draeguy, Lancius, and then the other MVP was Book of Eclipse. I was really contemplating on my side deck if I wanted to respect Malice more or Raizu or Mitsu variants more. I did the math. Based on my main deck already, I can deal with Malice more than I can deal with Raizu Mitsu. And honestly, the Mitsu Raizu deck gives me more problems, right? With that Raigeki that they got, the Omni Negate, the Detonator just popping stuff. So I opted to respect that deck more. Obviously, Draeguy just locks them out, but assuming I can't get the Draeguy, this is the contingency plan to break their boards, right? Flip all of their stuff face down. So now I ain't got to worry about Detonator. I ain't got to worry about the boss monster. But even then, I want to force the interactions early with Draco Sack or Dark Arm Dragon to make them Raigeki my board early, because they got to respect it. My overall matchups of the day was mainly Mitsu variants, whether it's Mitsu Raizo, Mitsu Fiendsmith. I probably played them 4 or 5 out of my 8 rounds. Played 1 Malice, played 1 Memento in the finals. Shout out to him. And shout out to everybody. Everybody was cool as hell. It was just fun all day. As y'all know, I literally only wanted to play in the regionals this season just for this mat. This lovely Dragon Ruler mat. And I'm glad I was able to win this mat playing my OCG version of the Dragon Rulers mat. The irony. Some people thought it was poetic justice. You know, hey, I was able to represent with the deck and take it far.